my name is Kristen and I'm making this video to record the process. I'm learning how to crochet a little baby toy and I figured I would record it and see how it went so I could share it. I learned how to crochet and knit when I was little, but I stopped doing it for many years. I was never very good at it. I would like start projects and not finish them, but then when my last year of college was virtual, I picked it back up again and I've really been enjoying it recently. So I just ordered these 3 magazines. They're like, I think they're vintage magazines. They're from like 1990, which I thought was cool. And I got them off of eBay. So I have this one, and then this one, which was like $2, and I just thought it was cute. I don't know when I'll get around to doing it, but then this one is the one I'm gonna be working on today. And I have a cousin who's having a baby soon, so I figured I would try to make it for them, and I would send it to them in the mail. But they're just these little stacky baby toys. They look like this. I hope you could see that. And recently I've only been crocheting Christmas stockings. I can put a little picture of them here, what they look like. They're coming out pretty good, but I'm excited to try something new. So I'm gonna try to make this little, it's like a frog and a princess, and then you stack the rings on. It's a popular baby toy, and you have the rings and you stack them up. It makes like a little pyramid. So I already started it because they came in the mail, these magazines, last night, and I was really excited. So I already got started on it. I picked this green from my giant yarn stash. I'm trying to go through it, and I have a few greens, so hopefully I won't have to buy any more. And this is what it looks like so far. This is gonna be a little middle ring, and then there'll be a smaller one on top and on the bottom. So I'm very excited. I'm gonna record and share the whole thing, and any tips or tricks or anything that help me along the way. And I'll also link, I can actually link all 3 magazines, but this is the one that I'm using this time, so I'll link it down below. And if anyone else wants to try it, I would love to see how it came out. Alright, I have an update for you guys, and I'm really excited. I crocheted a lot the past 24 hours, and I got the middle ring done. These are little froggy hands, and this is going to be the ring in the middle of, it has 3 rings at the end. And so then after I finished this, I went to the store and I bought some stuffing to fill it, and I honestly, I could have put more stuffing. That's one thing that I have never done, was like the sewing up in the back and then also stuffing something. I would definitely recommend putting more stuffing than you think you need. And then this sewing took me a long time, but I haven't really figured out. Hopefully by the end of the video I'll have a tip on how to best sew it, but these sewed on really nicely. So you make this in 3 parts, you sew this together, and then the little leggies on. But I'm very happy. And then I also bought a new green for the bottom and the top ring. I was hoping to find one in my stash, but I didn't find one I loved, and I really want this to come out well because I'm so happy with how this looks. So I wanted the perfect green. So I think that this one will look perfect on the bottom and the top. And this, honestly, I did crochet a lot the past 24 hours, but I got done in like a day and a half. So it was pretty fast. I'm very excited to see how the rest comes out. But here's little ring number 1. It's much bigger than I expected. This is gonna be a pretty big toy. Like, my whole hand fits through there, and it's pretty big. It's like the size of my hand. But yes, I'm excited to keep going. Here's ring number 1. have a very big update. I finished, for the most part, the frog, and I'm so happy with how it came out. I really feel like I got better at making it as I went, because this bottom ring is like stuffed perfectly, and the sewing to close it together right there is like perfect. It's like seamless, whereas the first one is not so seamless. But I had so much fun making this. I'll definitely make another one. I had a great time. I think I am gonna end up adding little froggy legs to the bottom here. I wasn't sure if I would, but I think I will. I am so happy with how this came out. I'm very excited. I had so much fun doing it. I actually enjoyed it more than like any other crocheting project I've done. I just, seeing the little stuffed animal come together was really exciting. And with clothes, sometimes I get worried halfway through, like, what if it doesn't look the way that I want it to? What if it doesn't fit perfectly? But with this, every time I continued on, I was like, oh, this is coming out so cute. So I'm very excited. And then the next step, so now that I have the rings, you need a little stand for them to go on. So that's what the princess is for. I think I shared a picture of what the final project looks like. I'm not sure, but if I didn't, you do the 3 rings and then you have a little stand for them in the middle, like the baby toy. I did share a picture. Anyway, here's the princess head. I started making the princess, which the frog will stand on. And I've never done anything like this before, like a full stuffed animal. This is how it's looking. This is the crown. It'll have like little white decorations around it by the time I'm done, and then the little face and the hair. I am worried about embroidering the face on. That's the next step. I'm gonna do that before I keep going, even though the project says due at the end, because I wanna figure it out, because if you cannot tell, I don't know how to embroider very well. The face on this frog definitely looks a little weird, like the mouth. It's got some gaps and some weirdness. So I'm hoping my princess doesn't look too creepy, but I'm gonna do that next. And this only took me like not even 2 hours to do this much, and now I just have to do the dress, and I think it has little feet, I think, and then I'm done. So I'm really excited. This project did not take me that long, and it was super fun. I'm gonna finish, I think, the little feet for this. I'm so happy with how this ring came out. It looks great. And then the little princess, hopefully by tomorrow, the whole project will be done. I'm very excited to see how this happens. I'm a little nervous, but that's my update for now. I'm very happy with my frog. I am so excited because I officially finished my project. And I am so happy with how it came out. So let me show you guys everything that I did and any little tips that I noticed. So this is my finished project, and after I finish this video, I'm gonna mail him out to my cousin and his wife who are having their first baby. And I am so excited. I'm so happy with how this came out, and I think I mentioned it before, but just to reiterate, I loved this project. I had so much fun doing it. I am excited to do another one. I've never done something like this before, like a toy. I've never made like a stuffed animal, but it was so much fun to watch it come together. And it was fun that you can kind of make decisions, like when you make clothes, if you switch things up, it might not fit right, or you know, something might not work out. But with this, you can kind of make your own decisions. Like I almost didn't do these little legs on the bottom because I didn't know if I liked how they looked, but I did. One of my biggest tips is when you assemble everything together and you sew them on, you should like hold a leg and like give it a little swing, because babies like to play and swing things, and you don't want it to break. Like the last thing you want is to mail someone something you worked really hard on and have it break. So I had my fiance play with it. I actually gave it to him and was like, what do you think? And he spun it around, and one of the legs like ripped a little bit right away. So I had to re-sew it on. I kind of re-sewed all of them, made sure they were super strong. So that's something to keep in mind, because these, like, you know, they're just sewed on there. You don't want it to break. So one of my tips that I learned throughout this process was whenever you do something, like same thing with the eyes, my eyes are really tightly on there because I don't want them to come off. You do not want to mail someone a present and have them end up with a one-eyed frog. But anyway, as long as you do that, it's a pretty easy project to do. So this is my frog all apart. So there's 3 rings, and I'm so happy with how they all came out. I actually couldn't be happier with it. I'm over the moon. And then this is my little princess. So you need something in the middle to stack the rings. I don't know if I showed you guys this yet, actually. Here is my princess, if I have not. There's her little face. I was worried it would come out super creepy, but I think she looks cute. I did her crown differently than they had it in the pattern, but I'm super happy with how it came out. Here's her little crown and her dress, and she had arms on in the pattern, but I felt like if I did the arms, it would be hard to put the rings on because they're not that much bigger than the princess. I just felt like they'd get in the way. But I think that that is the end. I think that's everything. Yeah, my tips would be make sure everything's really securely on, because you do not want to mail someone a present and have it break. And also change things up if you want to, because unlike clothing, it's not going to make it that it doesn't work or it doesn't fit or it doesn't lay right. It's just the way that you like it. So if you want to do the crown differently, if you want to sew the legs on differently, you can do you with this. And I really enjoyed that part of it. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I will try to see if I can find, I got the magazine from someone on Etsy. They only have one of them, but I'll see if I can find some somewhere else that maybe isn't just one, if they sell it somewhere. I don't know, I'll link it below if I can find it. And I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. Here is my finished project. Bye.